In today's video, we're going to be going over some clone fragrances that pretty much nobody else is going to be wearing. And by that, I don't necessarily mean people within the fragrance community, although there might be a few of these that aren't talked about all that often, but I'm mostly meaning outside of the fragrance community, because it's no secret that some popular clones have definitely kind of gotten popular and trendy outside of the fragrance community. When you take a look at things that blow up on TikTok, that's kind of what's going to get the ball rolling, and even blows up on YouTube or anywhere, right? When, you know, non-cologne people are getting hit with viral cologne videos, that's kind of where that starts to really spread. And so maybe things like even Dumont Nitro Red and Rasasi Hawas and stuff have made it out there into the real world. These are scents that definitely have not and probably never will. So if you want a chance to stand out and smell different, without breaking the bank, these are going to be it. So we're actually going to start off with Pandora Scents Amorest. Now this one is so good because it's a clone of a discontinued fragrance. I'm sure you guys know what it is. Bulgari Aqua Amara. That one was very popular years ago, kind of back when I was first starting out. It was my introduction into the Bulgari Aqua lineup. I didn't start off with the original or anything. I started off with Amara and kind of worked my way from there. And man, it's great. It's all about the orange and the seaweed, the sea notes, a little bit of a white floral component in here as well. It smells amazing. And I'll tell you, when I first tried it, I'm talking Aqua Amara, I wasn't really sure what to think about it. It took a little while for it to grow on me, but over time I started to love it. And I still love everything about that smell. I didn't buy backup bottles of Aqua Amara. I think I only have one, maybe two bottles max. And so having a clone that is so accurate and that's so affordable is amazing. And this one really does get you dialed in nearly exact. It has that same type of personality, the same character, and even the same amazing performance as well. That one was dubbed as the strength of the ocean, I believe is what Jeremy called it back in the day. And it really does smell like that. It has a strong, powerful, oceanic, aquatic smell. And man, it's so cool. Such an interesting scent. And this one, nobody's going to know about this stuff, right? Nobody talks about it. And that gives you kind of the edge to be able to smell a little bit unique here in 25 heading into 2026. All right, let's move on to the next one. We have Baroque Rouge Extrait. This is by Maison Alhambra. Just had to double check. I thought it was. This is a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait version. Now, the Eau de Parfum original one is a popular scent, right? That one probably has had some clones in the mainstream. Well, there's actually an Ariana Grande fragrance, I believe Cloud, that smells quite a bit like Baccarat Rouge 540 EDP. So that one is probably out there. It's made its rounds. People are wearing clones. I'm sure there are some people who are wearing the real thing as well. But you don't really hear all that often or all that much about the Extrait version, and you definitely don't hear about clones all that often. There are a couple that I know of and that I have, and maybe there's a few more, but the Extrait was never in the spotlight. The Extrait was never really popularized or hyped up. It was always the EDP. Now, is it because the Extrait is even more ungodly expensive, or is it just because the hype train had moved on to the next thing? You know, your best guess is as good as mine. I would say probably a mixture of both. But the Extrait is one that I really like because of the addition of almond. So overall, the Eau de Parfum scent DNA is very light, very woody, very transparent, just with that saffron and everything going on. It doesn't have a whole lot of like punch to it, like tangible, solid notes. It's mostly just airy and wispy and light from start to finish, right? But in the Extrait version, that almond gives it a really nice backbone. To me, it sounds stupid, but it makes it easier to smell the scent. It gives you more to pick up on because, man, the Eau de Parfum, you go nose blind to it quickly. I don't know, there's something interesting about it. Hard to describe, but that almond accord, it really helps a lot, and that's kind of why I typically prefer the Extrait. Again, the price is outrageous, but when you can get a clone, you know, that kind of alleviates things because this clone isn't really any more expensive than the average eau de parfum clone, so you know that helps out a lot. It even has that same like ruby red color that the Extrait bottle has too. So again, maybe people are talking about the EDP, but this Extrait stands out even more. All right, this next one is a new one from Rasasi. You know, when they release so many at one time, that gives you so many to mess around with. And I'll tell you, this one here is really good. And because it's new, and because it's kind of somewhat hard to get, nobody's going to be wearing this, right? And so that's a good thing. Now you can get this one. It's on TikTok Shop all over. It's popping up here and there on discounters like I think Joma Shop has had it here at one point. So it is starting to work around. You can find it on, like, I think Intense Oud is a website and so on. But a lot of people that aren't in the community don't really know or have access to these places. They just don't know about it. But this one here, it's Hawas Atlantis. And this one essentially, I've already done a full video on it, but it kind of brings you back to that Invictus Legend smell, which is very interesting because Invictus Legend, it's a great flanker. It's been discontinued for some time now. And I think it wasn't overly popular. It's kind of an interesting choice, the direction that they did this with, because I'm thinking back on other popular fragrances that have been discontinued that they could have done. And Invictus Legend was one. Hey, I'm not complaining because I really like it. And I like Invictus Legend. It has this more marine, cooling, oceanic smell to it. I believe it has bay leaf and then just kind of the sea salt accord, some citrus. But it just, whereas regular Invictus has this bubblegummy sweetness and citrusy component, Invictus Legend has, again, more of a cooling, refreshing, marine type of smell to it. And it's backing away from that bubblegummy sweet smell a lot, which is nice for an Invictus scent. And so that's really what this one has, and it smells amazing. It has a really cool bottle too, from green to blue to black, or a very, very deep blue at the bottom. Kind of hard to tell. Sharp looking bottle. You know, we were kind of holding out hope that maybe at some point we would get a Bulgari Aqua Atlantique clone. So this is me. If somehow Rasasi is ever hearing any video that I make, give us one of those next, right? Because you guys have done several Louis Vuitton fragrances. You've done, you know, Interlude Black Afghano, Invictus Legend. Like, I know you guys can do Atlantique, so let's get that one going too. Get it in a cool looking gradient blue bottle like this, please. I will be waiting. This next one is Armaf Club de Nuit and Urban Man Elixir. The names on these are out of control and hard to keep up with. So this one in particular is essentially a hybrid scenario where it has a little bit of Dior Sauvage. You can pick up on that instantly. Actually, it's Sauvage EDP / Luna Rosa Carbon. You get some of that, but then you get some Aventus / Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man roots in here as well. And so that's what this is. It's a hybrid. I've done layering videos. I've talked about layering before. Aventus and Sauvage is old as time, right? That has been done for years now. Started years ago, right? Probably whenever Sauvage came out, which was, I don't know, what was it, 2015, 2016 or something? Somewhere around there. And Aventus was out in 2010. And, you know, in the Facebook groups, people were doing that. Dua, Alexandria, Parfums Vintage, they all came out with mashup versions. And so Armaf was late to the party, relatively speaking, but still, you know, a great release nonetheless. You know, because of the fact that this is not Club de Nuit Intense Man, people probably don't know about this because that's about the only Armaf Club de Nuit that has really been popularized. You know, that's one that I'm sure a lot of people that aren't cologne guys are wearing due to the hype and the viral videos and such. But, you know, this one, they're not going to know about this. They've never heard of this before. And yes, it's a mashup of two very popular scents, but with a twist as well, a little bit of a twist. I still think this is something that is going to stand out, and if nothing else, is an absolutely massive head turner. People are going to smell this, they are going to fall in love with it. It's as simple as that. You've got amazing performance, nice quality for what it is, an affordable price. Let's keep it moving with Afnan 9 AM Dive. This one is actually marketed as unisex, which I forgot about, which is pretty cool and kind of makes sense. It could go either direction. I've never smelled this on a woman, but I'm sure if it was, I think it would go pretty well. And what is this a clone of, right? This one is not as simple as the others where it's kind of cut and dry. This one is more so another, I guess, hybrid scenario where it doesn't really smell like anything in particular. Now, By that, you know, it's even hard to narrow down to just a couple of things. It has like small bits and pieces of several different blue type of fragrances, and that's also evident when you look at Fragrantica. You'll see people are saying the same thing. Some people are dead set on it being a YSL clone. Some people are dead set on it being a Bleu de Chanel clone, right? But I don't really get either of those in terms of all at once, right? You get a little bit of like a fruitiness from Y, the apple. You get a little bit of a woody grapefruit from Bleu de Chanel. But again, there's still so much going on. So it's just, you go down the list. It's kind of a mashup or a conglomeration of several popular blue fragrances. That's what this is. But it smells really, really nice. I like it. And it's just light, bright, fresh, and airy. So this does have lemon, mint, black currant, and apple. So you can see there, that's just a few of the notes. They list off more, and there's some woody notes going on as well. But that gives you a general idea. It's just bright, fresh, citrusy. 9 a.m. dive. Pretty fitting name for this. This smells like something you wake up in the morning. You're on vacation, right? You wake up, you spray this on. It's a good day. You're going to go hang out down by the pool at the resort you're staying at. That's what this is, and nobody knows about this. It's kind of running down to the end. This one isn't even all that popular in the fragrance community. It's kind of surprising, honestly, and it's from Rasasi too. So you would think it would be a little bit more popular, especially because of what it is a clone of. So I'll tell you, it's Rasasi, it's Essential. Okay, you can see it. And this is a clone of, can you take a guess? Some of you know it, I know it. YSL L'Homme Ultime. Do you guys remember that beauty of a scent? And it's a shame they discontinued that. So this has bergamot, geranium, and cedarwood. Those notes are also shared with L'Homme Ultime. They listed off a couple bonus ones, like there's an orange note that they put in here that is not available in L'Homme Ultime, but essentially it's all about the citrus and the ginger. So ginger is another note here that is being used heavily that I don't even know that they listed in this, but without a doubt there's ginger. It's ginger, citrus, and woods. Now the atomizer on my bottle, it's better. Not the best. The other Rasasi fragrances are better, but so good. L'Homme Ultime, what a beauty of a scent. That one was popular for a while in the fragrance community. I don't think that one ever really got popular outside of it. Of course, they discontinued it probably due to lack of sales and needing to make more room. And that sucks, but we've got a clone that gets you pretty darn close, just at a fraction of the cost. This is a great way to stand out if you want something nice and classy and just different. And last up for this video, we have Maison Alhambra. This is Bright Peach. It's in an eau de parfum concentration. So no surprise, it's a clone of Tom Ford's Bitter Peach. Has peach, blood orange, cognac, and patchouli. Interesting, right? Because when you see this, you're probably just thinking, oh, it's just all citrus, or in this case, all fruits, all peach, right? And there is plenty, but a boozy kick, right? There's also honey, if I didn't list that off as well. You're just not expecting that, and you wonder how it's going to work, and I can tell you it works great. So it looks like a summer fragrance on paper, and it is, you know, fruity and kind of summery, but there's plenty of a sweetness to it as well, and it's, I mean, kind of borderline gourmand, really, when you think about it. Peach, cognac, honey, it's there. So I kind of see it more as use your best discretion type of scent. You can wear it in the summertime if you're comfortable with that, and if you're indoors, it never matters, right? 70 degrees inside, who cares? That's room temperature, right? Sometimes even less than 70. That's not a problem to wear anything sweet like this. Going outside is where it might start to bug you. Summer evenings, this would be a great one as well if you want something kind of smooth and seductive for a date night, but then also just getting out of the season of summer, spring, fall, winter, anytime pretty much, you can wear this one. It's got great performance, it'll hold up in the cold, and it kind of gives you a taste of summer, but with a winter attitude, so to speak. You know, if you're in January, February, you're sick of the cold, everything's iced over and frozen, and you're ready for spring, you're ready for summer, spray this on. You know, you get that nice fruity, bright peach that just smells amazing, but you still got that cognac, honey, patchouli, warm sexiness to get you through that cold temperatures that you're experiencing. So that's kind of what this one is for. Smells really nice, and nobody's wearing this stuff. I mean, there have been a few private blends that got pretty popular. I don't really know if this is one of them, at least majorly so, you know, and how many people know that there are clones that exist of this one outside of the community. Probably not very many. Nice presentation too, okay? Really looks sharp. It doesn't look tacky. This will blend right in with your other designer scents. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. 7 clone fragrances that nobody else is gonna be wearing. I've got links to all these down below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.